How did that start? People going, you've got to give 110%.
Yeah.
It's just my heart sinks, and I go, 100%. I say, you've got to give 110%. I can't. I'll give, I'll tell you what, I probably won't even give 100, because you never know, but I'll give as close to 100 as I can stand.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying that to a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give nearly 100. And that's, you know, that's more than most, I think you'll find.
Maybe if you appear on Celebrity Fact Club.
Well, I don't think I need to, do I?
Well.
Carl, do you think I need to go on that?
When you had your nipple out.
It was pointing downwards, was it?
A little bit.
Even though it was erect, it was pointing toward my knees.
Can I just point out that we've had more requests for Carl to kiss your nipple than we have answers to Rockbusters.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's the last show, Carl. You've got to give the punters what they want.
In the webcam, and just a little peck on the nip. A little
Carl,
peck.
that is just out of order. The show must go on. You've got to give people what they want.
I'm doing it.
Why?
Why not?
What's wrong with it?
Lips on nipple. What's up with lips on nipple?
You hear about stuff like this, and then like I might enjoy it, and the next thing it's like, Suzanne, can you leave? Because you know what I mean. I like fellas. That's how it happens, isn't it?
That's like an episode of Kilroy. Oh God. Oh,
I'll tell you this.
Pilkington, are you thinking?
I'm thinking exactly the same as you're thinking. I was reading the paper today. The show's been axed.
It's axed.
But they're keeping the show on at the same time. It's gonna have a different name, different host. Hello.
Pilkington.
Come on.
Hello, welcome to Pilkington. Oh, Carl, what would you do? If we give you a subject, will you just run through what you might say about it, or what questions you asked?
Well, what sort of stuff?
Okay, sort of like, Steve's, 15, I'm 15, and my dad wants to have a sex change. So I'll play the dad, right? I'm Jeff. I'm Jeff from Luton. I'm, a 54-year-old plumber. And, I've decided, and this is my son,
Paul.
Paul. Paul, you sure to be Paul?
Yeah, I thought it to be Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ask me some questions.
So what's going on?
Well, I'm not happy with this body. I've always felt that I was a woman trapped in a man's body.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and, I think I'd be happier, as a woman, and, you know, it's for him to accept it, really, because I'd have accepted anything that he wanted to do, or, you know, and it doesn't change anything.
Not a tranny.
No, I know, but I mean, it won't change anything. You know, I still love you, and I'll still be your father.
I can't believe I agreed to come on national TV. I'm gonna get taken out of me at school.
Really?
Man alive.
Well, you know, with that, you gotta go through lots of stuff, but I mean, don't think of me any different.
What does Mum think of all this?
Well, Mum she doesn't want it really, but I mean, I'm not gonna throw away the knob and bollocks, I'm gonna keep that for her in case she ever wants to use that, but I just don't want them attached to me. I'm gonna have them off, I'm gonna have some lovely pair of tits put on, and a nice little minge down there, but I'm not bent. I still fancy my wife and that, and, you know.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, brilliant!
That's your audition for Pilkington.
Well, what can I say? I'm not a doctor, right?
But what would you want? Come on, ask me questions about what?
Discussion that I want to say it with my dad because he wants to become a woman.
But we say stuff like, well, dear, but you mean you've had a son and he's going through an awful day. Should you think of him? Shouldn't you put his feelings?
Should you think of your son before you go doing that?
Yeah, but if I'm not happy with who I am, how can I live a lie? I'd go through my whole life living a lie just because he might go through a little bit of embarrassment. You know, he's old enough to realise now that you know, I love him, and I just need to have some tits and a minge on me.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
Well, what
Play a record!
I'm not sure Rockbusters answers. Let's do Rockbusters answers.
Rubbish.
I don't want the gig anyway.
Like they were seriously considering him.
Thanks for coming in! Brilliant! Go on.
Did I tell you my dad's always been asked to go on that?
Why?
He's always been asked to go on.
Is he a woman trapped in a man's body?
No, they want to talk about you. They go there. So it's disappointing. Possibly my favourite song of all time, After the Gold Rush by Neil Young, and that's for, Carl's lookalike, Boyd, who's, actually on Justin Lee Collins' show after us, about 5.
He's not really a lookalike.
Oh, he is, yeah.
He's got a bald head. Look like Gandhi.
He's in the toga, he does. A little bit.
I don't think Andy wore a toga.
No. So what are you,
What did he do?
Oh dear. We just sat around, to be honest, Carl.
Didn't want to get involved.
Didn't do much.
Just said, don't have a go, just be careful.
Yeah.
Don't go mental, don't start fighting, let's all calm down a little bit. He's the one in the pub that goes, okay, stop this, stop mucking around.
We were educating Ricky earlier, Carl. I wonder if we should resume that, as the clock is ticking away.
Alright, you got 2 bits of info that you could be, leaving the building with today, right? You've got, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I have that one.
They've brought out this drug or, sort of tablet or something.
Yeah, he's looked into it then, yeah, go on.
Carefully researched.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Which means, like, an 8-year-old woman can have a kid. What do you think of that?
No, it doesn't.
What are you talking about?
You can inject a woman with something, 80-year-old, and it means, you know, she's got more time on her hands now and that. It's better to have a kid. She can have a kid later on in life.
I just realised, where there's a will.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Right, well, let's just move on from that, because he's clearly drivel.
No, it's not. I think it's a bad idea. Of course it's a bad idea.
Really?
I'll even give you that it's true and possible and might
No,
even...
it is true and possible.
Okay,
It's not even recent, it's like a few weeks old.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's terrible. No, you shouldn't do it, yeah.
Alright, what's the final educating Ricky? So far, I'm not impressed.
Get her a cat.
Yeah, but
Get her a
they're
little
meant-
Pekingese.
they're
Don't
meant
get her,
to-
don't let her have a child.
Yeah, but it's meant to get you thinking, like you're saying, well, she shouldn't have a kid. Or
By the time it's 5, she'll try and pick it up and her arms will break.
whose arms?
Moving on, what's the next one?
Would she get a breastfeed?
Yeah. And she'd be able to do it standing up while he was on the floor.
Talking to nipples.
Hey, come on!
There's a lovely
Look,
juicy pair over there.
okay, I think this is the last show. People should actually phone in and speak to Carl and try and convince
forget
him.
that.
Yeah, what's the number, Steve?
Oh, forget that, we haven't got time.
Yeah, he hates answering it. We'll do it during the record.
leave it.
Phone in if you want to speak to Carl, if you know the number. Call in,
I
try and
don't
convince
know.
Carl
I
to
don't
kiss a
wanna.
little nipple.
Don't want to.
Yeah.
Right, what we're doing, are we,
What's the last educating Ricky? Come on.
Hook, line and good thinkers.
Brilliant. Okay,
Yeah,
go on.
sounds good. Go on, what is it?
They've found a lot of fish with 2 heads. What do you think of that?
Well, don't know. What do you mean they found a lot of fish with 2 heads? Who else?
They've been messing about, basically, these scientists and stuff, and they've said, look at this we can do.
Mm.
And they're making loads of fish with 2 heads. They can do it now, and they're saying, that's good, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Alright, play record then.
Yeah, but what do you think?
I think if they can do that to fish, they should try and do it to you, and then at least you'd have 2 brains to work with.
Yeah.
And we might...
Arguing, I'd love you arguing with yourself. And you end up you're walking on the street, but you're just headbutting each other. Just cracking heads
Imagine
in
the
the middle.
squeezing fun you'd have, Rick.
I wouldn't know what to do. I'd bang them together. It'd be like one of those kanakas you used to have at the playground on the string. I'd just whack them together. I hit you in on the window, didn't I, to see what the noise meant today, didn't I?
Yeah. Just if I had 2 heads, right? Would I be able to sort of do shifts? Do you know what I mean? Say if this is a start or something, they're trying it out with fish and that with 2 heads.
You'd be 2 different people. You can't think like you're one. It doesn't make sense. If you had 2 heads, you'd have 2 brains. You'd have, you know.
Well, that's all right. But say if we did the same job, well, we'd be doing the same job.
Yeah, you could.
So you could say, right, you work through the night.
You'd take it in turns to do your job badly and moan about it. Yes, it'd be fine.
He's giving it some serious thought.
I know, yeah. And so's his other head.
Yeah.
But also, they're saying there's like a fish shortage, and I was wondering whether they're trying to make that better. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they
well,
do like
as the head is the bit you throw away, it'd be perfect.
no, but when they do a head count like they do, that's what they do. They do like
They count fish, they get a fish, go, okay, just end the line, 1, 2, I think you'll find we're 1, sir. Don't answer back!
Rick, I should just point out that I feel...
Don't answer back!
Come on, I think Carl has offered nothing now. I think those educating Rickies were appalling. And the only thing that would redeem the show is if he kissed the nipples.
Because the nipple phone in if you want to speak to Carl. If you have the number, call in and try and persuade Carl while this record is on. Well, that's the phone.